Welcome, everyone, to today's event. I'm Mark Duggan, the Trioni Director of the Stanford Institute for Economic Policy Research, also known as SEPR. For those new to our orbit, SEPR has been supporting economic policy research here at Stanford for 4 decades. We make a tremendous investment not only in our own faculty, but in the next generation of economic policymakers and scholars. I'm really thrilled to be co-hosting today's event with the Dutch government and the government of Flanders. And I want to apologize in advance because I have to say many names today. My pronunciations will not always be up to your expectations. I'm just a simple American, so I'm going to do my best to do it. We are very excited that the Minister President of Flanders, Jan Boon, and the Minister of Economic Affairs, Mickey Adriaansens, are both here with us today. Apologies again. I think I didn't, maybe it did. Okay, it did okay. Later, we will be joined by the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Mark Rutte, and California's first partner, Jennifer Siebel Newsom. Today's topic is a very important one. Semiconductors are absolutely critical to our daily life. They're in our computers, they're in our smartphones, our televisions, LED light bulbs, and much more. But silicon-based semiconductor production is not environmentally friendly. It uses harmful chemicals and gases and also uses an enormous amount of water and energy. As global demand booms for silicon chips, we are coming together today to discuss the challenges and opportunities for sustainability in the chips industries. The success of the chips industry relies on 3 elements: business, engineering, and geopolitics. And we are so very honored to have some of the leading experts here with us today to delve into each of these 3 dimensions. We will kick off our event with a fireside chat by the Minister President of Flanders, Jan Boon, and the Dutch Minister of Economic Affairs and Climate Policy, Mickey Adriaansens. The fireside chat will be moderated by Sylvia Leenaerts from the Eindhoven University of Technology. Please join me in welcoming all 3 of them to the stage.
Okay, welcome both of you. I'm very happy to be here because I'm from Flanders and I now work in the Netherlands, so I know best of both worlds, and it's great to see both of them here together. So the semiconductor industry is of huge importance, and so the main topic of today is how can we together make the semiconductor industry more sustainable? What can Flanders do to support this? What can the Netherlands do to support this? So I would like to start with Jan.
I think the first that we have to do is create awareness, because when I heard the introduction there, it said it's not making chips is not sustainable, and all the list that he mentioned, I think that a lot of people are aware of the pollution done by the production of chips. So I think first is creating awareness, and then I understood that there is already done a lot of research on that here at the university. We will hear it in the morning, and then we have to bring it to the different elements of the ecosystem. And when the awareness is created, and hope that then there is a call for action, because the sustainability is of course of every government high on the agenda. And when this opens a new topic, we have to act.
Absolutely, and we have a lot of experience in Antwerp with the chemical industry, with PFAS. We are learning how to get rid of it.
Don't mention the war.
No, but we will win that. We will win it. Okay, thank you. I go to you, Mickey.
Yes, I hope we will win the war, but this war, because it's really a challenge. And but let's take it at a little bit higher level. The challenges we are facing now today, they are so big that we cannot do it alone. And the Netherlands is a small country, and Belgium, well, I think we need each other for sure. But that's why it's so very good that we're here, because we need also the United States partners and all other countries who are working with the same goals in mind. And sustainability is one of the challenges, which is big. And as Jan said, we are working together on the research. IMEC, we have a joint research project. ASML and IMEC are doing together. and technology is developed, but we need much more of that to have more sustainable processes. But in general, I think that we need to put all the effort we have and all the energy and the technology and the brains together to solve all the problems we are having. So it concerns the semicon in general, but also the sustainability in the process.
Yeah, and absolutely. I think in together we also have a lot of experience in the quadruple helix cooperation, the cooperation and the experience the Netherlands has in water, together also in energy, technology, in sustainable materials. And maybe can you comment a bit on the experience the Netherlands has in water technology and what we can do in water?
Well, we can do a lot but I think the thing which is interesting is that the Netherlands is a country who has always dealt with water. We had too much of it. I think a third of our country is below sea level. So we really needed to do something about that. Otherwise, we would not be here today like we are. So we have developed, because of the pressure, because of the urgency, because of the magnitude of the problem, we have developed our water management at a high level. And now we are also working in areas like Bangladesh and Indonesia to see what we can do there to prevent the water overload in those places. But now we are facing new challenges. But what I mean to say is that with our polar mentality, we learned something which is very precious. We learned that if we maybe the problem is very big, but we can solve it. But we have to do it together, and we have to do it with different backgrounds. So we have this triple helix, which is a combination of the government, of companies, and of knowledge institutions working together to solve the problem. And we see that can be very very good for
absolutely. And what
society.
about industry? How can we connect our industries or industry sectors between Europe, Flanders and the Netherlands and the US? How can we maybe improve that connection?
I think when there is a demand, it will be filled in, and when we have to look at the value chain, and to to fill in the different elements in the value chain, and when we are looking for cooperation, for partnerships, I think we have to to find the missing elements in a value chain and not duplicate what's already in the value chain. I give an example of the reason why we are here in the States now. It's on semiconductor and chips technology. ASML from Holland and IMEC in Flanders are really complementary. And when we come to the States, it is not to find new knowledge institution or a new producer of these very sophisticated machines, but we are seeing what are the other elements in the value chain that we can add to this partnership. And I think this is the same with every challenge, every social challenge that we have to cope with.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have great instruments to do innovation together. We have fantastic universities. We have IMEC and research institutes. We have industries. We have a lot of small and medium enterprises. So I think together we could do more if we have a joint goal and go to action and not only write a lot of documents, but do things together. And that's one of the things I learned here. Can I also ask you what you...
Yeah, I think that's very interesting, because when we look at the Netherlands, we have a lot of knowledge. We have a high educated workforce. We have good universities, etc., etc. But the challenge is to use the knowledge for a result, to apply the knowledge, to use it. And I see that we have a challenge there, because, for instance, we have a lot of startups, but they do not grow to scale-ups. But we have a lot of research, and we have a lot of research which is not used enough to help solve the problems we are having. So we're trying to figure out how we can make, we call it valorisatie in the Netherlands, valorization, how we can do that better. But it's a difficult word. I always say that in the end you have to earn your money with it. So we should think about, it's nice that we have good research, but it should earn itself in the end of the day. So I think that's a challenge we are facing.
Yes, absolutely. And also the civic engagement. You see here a lot of involvement of citizens, a lot of ways to involve different groups in the population that we don't reach. Could we do something more, maybe in STEM education in Flanders, the Netherlands?
We had already an example in Flanders in the 80s and the 90s where we organized Flanders Technology International.
Yes.
It was the beginning of technology awareness, and we brought the technology research and the technology realizations in Flanders. We brought it to the broad public, and immediately you saw more interest in following STEM directions, and we are at the same point now. So we will next year in March we will organize again Flanders, not anymore Flanders Technology International. It will be Flanders Technology and Innovation, same acronym. So it's easy, but just to create awareness, because we see the same thing at this moment on the high school level. You see that there's a lot of interest, but once they have to go further to university or so, we lose a lot of people interested in STEM. We lose them when we go to the higher. So, and with Flanders Technology and Innovation, we want to create again the awareness, and what I already said the former days, because youngsters are going on the street for a sustainability agenda, and but when they are on the streets for manifestation on Saturday, from Monday to Friday, they have to be in the university in the STEM directions to try to help to solve what they were acting for. And I think this storytelling we have to bring it on a broader basis.
Yeah, absolutely. If I see the initiatives we saw here, which was very interesting, the Mariposa community learning, they reach 1 in 3 women. They reach a lot of diversity and inclusion. And I think that's some of the things that we saw here was very inspiring. And when you want to go from research to impact, you need diverse teams, cognitive diversity. And maybe the Netherlands can add something there on how can we involve more diverse profiles.
Yeah, we need everybody, because
Yes,
we have a lot of vacancies in the technical and digital jobs. I think it's 110,000 or something like that at the moment in the Netherlands, and we cannot fill them. So it's really something we have to work on, and we will not solve it totally because we do not have enough people to do the work. So we also have to do some process optimization to do the work differently. And what we are trying to do is to make the women more enthusiastic, but also minority groups, people who do not maybe always think about tech in the first place. So and we have to bring it to the primary schools. It has to be a long life learning process where we try to make people enthusiastic for this work field. So,
Okay,
and we have a big program for that. So we put all efforts to it.
Just to add some element, in Flanders we have the Olympics for mathematics.
Yeah.
And
It's
thousands and thousands of students. It's on the high school level. Thousands and thousands of students are participating in that, very enthusiastic. And although this tremendous success, you see that they don't all flow through to the university and in STEM directions. So there is something missing, and we don't have exact crystal clear what the reason is that we lose there so many.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Many
So maybe we can learn from each other and increase the cooperation.
Well, maybe I can add something to that, because we see that where companies go to the schools and tell what they are doing, just as Jan just said, that they are practical and give examples of what you can do in a company and what you can achieve. That is very good action. That's very good to do, and we see that people come from that. That students will go to the company and work there.
Yeah, and maybe by doing the holistic approach, the life cycle analysis of the semicon industry, we can more pinpoint the things we really do for sustainability on chemicals, on industry, on energy, on materials, and could we get more exchange of staff and students between the states and the lower lands, let's say? Why is it so? We don't see that many students going over and forth, and also the staff, not so. But we could learn from each other and could stimulate youngsters. Good. Yeah.
But we started a new program in Flanders, and that is a program to select the leaders of tomorrow and to send them to the best universities all over the world. Their choice, which university, their choice. And when I say leaders of the world, it's meant like that. It's not the most brilliant student, because I think there are enough programs for the most brilliant student, but it is here also a brilliant student, not so brilliant as the best, but a brilliant student, and also with leader skills. For instance, I would say a president of a student club who
engaged,
has
and
a
very
good
engaged,
program, and who is also successful in his studies. These are for me the leaders of tomorrow, and we sent, I think now for the moment, 50 of these students worldwide. And it's very broad, the range. It's engineering, it's economics, but it's also architecture, art. And we sent them to the best universities. And in Stanford, last year we sent one to Stanford also. So this is a program that we will let grow. But the reason is also to make a network of one of the objectives also to make a network between Flanders and the best universities all over the world.
Yeah, great. Thank you. You want to add something?
That's the way to do it, to share our experiences, and that's why it's good that we're here and talk about it and in this amazing institute. And one of the things we can maybe do a little bit more is have the exchange of students with more people, more students, and use their experiences to make the other students also enthusiastic about it. Yeah. In the Netherlands, we have programs with scholarships, and it's sometimes combined with sporting activities. But and I know that a lot of students go abroad, and which is good. Because we need each other there, and we can learn in different circumstances, different surroundings, meeting other people. So that's good.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you all. Thank you.